What up, you crazy gaming bastards? This is RMG back at it again. So Sony just recently showed off some of the upcoming games that we can expect. These range from games that will be released in the upcoming months to even up until 2023, which is kind of cool, And overall, the showcase did have some killer games, I must say. But for a while, I was starting to feel a little disappointed with all of the, I want to call fillers that they were showing. I mean, personally, I didn't really care for some of them, and I was just starting to get a little worried that time was being wasted on these games. But with that being said, I mean, I do highly respect and admire all of the developers and their hard work in bringing us games to play every single day. I just wasn't that interested in some of these titles in the beginning. So yeah, I was starting to get a little worried. But I mean, they have some bangers, which I want to say they're killers, and they dropped the mic a couple times. And this is what this video is mainly about. I want to talk about the games that did catch my attention, and I'll touch on some of these maybe honorable games. There's like one or two that I thought were cool. Now, the games that I'm going to talk about aren't in any particular order. These are just the games that I thought I was heavily interested in. So let's get right into it. Now, the first game that I was really stoked for, since I'm a racing fan, is Gran Turismo 7. Surprisingly, I thought the release date was going to be out much further than this when they announced it. But it seems like Gran Turismo 7 is announced for March 2022. Got pretty excited about that, especially because, Gran Turismo 7's been there since the beginning. I mean, since the PS1 games, PS2. I played the PS2, I played the PS3. Actually skipped out on the PS4. I guess there were so many things, so many games coming out that I couldn't dedicate myself to a racing simulator. But looking at Gran Turismo 7, the cars look insane. The graphics are insane. I'm glad that they're focusing a little more on just the surrounding graphics instead of just purely the cars like they did before back in the day. Even though, don't get me wrong, the surrounding graphics back in the day were great too, but there's a heavier influence or emphasis on that. So I'm glad to see that. Obviously, there's going to be heavy customization to the cars. You can add stickers, you can add, all sorts of different items to your car, which is going to be crazy. I mean, I don't know if I can dedicate 100 plus hours on this simulator, but I'm definitely going to give it my best. Needless to say, though, I'm looking forward to this racing game and seeing what other people are creating online once we're able to get that online competitive mode, because I know there's going to be one. So yeah, totally into Gran Turismo 7. Now, Project Eve, that is another game that gave me the Devil May Cry feels. I mean, graphically, it looks insane. It looks very beautiful. Some of the monsters they showcased look crazy detailed. They look totally weird to me, but they are totally cool as well. It gives me this Bayonetta Devil May Cry feel when I saw the actual gameplay for a little bit. I did a little research on the story, and it seems more focused around like some sort of, fighting against humanity to reclaim Earth from alien invaders type thing. In the not so distant future is the way they put it. But, that's all I really got to say about it for now. I definitely want to pick this up and check it out when it does come out. Now, this was a welcome surprise. It was just a little teaser. Really didn't show much. But I am excited for Star Wars Republic Remake. Seems really cool, and I think, it's going to be a time exclusive, especially for the console, the PS5, and then PC later on. Got my attention. You know, it seems like a remake is appropriate for this. I know we got the Star Wars Republic came out a while back. I wish they would do this with other games too. I could mention that and go into another pathway with that, but we're just going to stick to this and say that I'm kind of excited about that. So yeah, Star Wars Republic, definitely on my list of games to see and play. Now with the likes of Adventures and Tomb Raider under these guys' belt, Square Enix is bringing us Forspoken. You know, and I definitely like what I saw from this. It's like a fantasy adventure type game. So basically I did some research, and from what I can tell, it's this, you'll play as this girl named Ella Balinska. She's basically has magic abilities that she needs to harness or learn in order to survive in some sort of, teleported type universe she got herself into. Saw some of the worlds on the trailer. They look pretty cool. And I'm kind of interested in what type of power she'll have and if the storyline is worth my time. Yeah, still a lot of questions for this one. We'll see if this drops in spring 2022. That's what they were saying. It looks like also Sony has like a time exclusive here for like around 2 years before it actually comes out on PC. So we'll take a look. I mean, it looks cool. I like the concept. We'll see what happens. Not much to say about this one, right? Now this one's a little weird for me. Ghostwire Tokyo. All right. I like the vibes. It's interesting. I think it's cool that it's centered around Tokyo. Maybe it's a open world in the city of Tokyo, or maybe different places in Japan. I don't know. I'm just kind of guessing. I like that it has this cool, mystical, creepy, vibe to it. I'm definitely open to playing this. Like I said, I'm wondering if it's like a open world type game. I think a lot of people, maybe you guys might say no, but I'm kind of hoping that it will be, just because it would add to the realism of the game. That's all really I gotta say about Ghostwire Tokyo. Nothing really crazy there. It just looks weird, looks cool, and ready to play it. Okay, so one that I was actually kind of expecting, but that I'm glad it came out, is the Uncharted Legacy of Thieves Collection. This one's a cool one because finally Naughty Dog is saying, hey, we're gonna not only make it an enhancement, but we're actually going to remaster it. So to me, a remaster is not just an upgrade. To me, this means 60 frames per second, hopefully, ray tracing, maybe 4K, maybe native 4K. Who knows? Because this is an older game. I'm assuming that they can probably make it that way. And maybe some enhanced graphics here and there. So really hyped for this one because I'm a true avid Uncharted fan. And since, this is a collection, I guess we also probably better expect to pay some sort of price for it. I'm not sure if it's a regular price, because if you already have the Legacy and you already have Uncharted 4, not sure what they're going to do there. If it's going to detect that you have these games already, so maybe they'll offer you a special bundle deal for the new one. I'm not really sure. But to be honest with you, I think I am expecting probably a $60 price range from this. I could be wrong, but I wouldn't mind paying the price because, hey, you know what? This is Naughty Dog. They're bringing on their game again. They're not only remastering The Last of Us, the first one, I think, but they're also doing a remaster for Uncharted 4 and an Uncharted Legacy. So really excited about this title. Can't wait to see what they have. Even if they give us 4K checkerboard, I'm still going to be excited because it's going to look way better. So yeah, just hoping that this game is going to be top notch. Now this one was a total mic drop. I don't think anyone was expecting this one. I sure as hell wasn't. But Insomniac has been killing the game lately. Definitely Marvel's Wolverine just stole the show. And I have no words. This game is just a teaser, just a teaser trailer. But honestly, what we've gotten from Insomniac in the last couple of months to years, I don't think it will disappoint at all. Let's cross our fingers, right? Because I mean, it could still happen, but I honestly don't really think it will. So anyway, Marvel's Wolverine is just another mic drop in this show. And like I was saying, Insomniac is doing it again. And this time they surprised us with Marvel's Spider-Man 2. We already kind of knew this was coming out. We didn't know some of the details of it. It's nice to see that Miles Morales is included because Spider-Man 2 was a standalone character game in the beginning. And then Miles Morales came out. Now this. So to me, it's like it makes sense to include Miles Morales, obviously. But then the mic drop came when we saw Venom. Stoked about Venom. Venom is one of my favorite Marvel characters, or at least villains. And it's going to be very interesting to see how this plays out. What are the details? So, man, Insomniac has got a lot on their plate. So I'm excited to see where this goes with Venom and Spider-Man 2. Wow, it's going to be amazing. But yeah, that's really all I've got to say about Marvel Spider-Man 2. And then, of course, we have one of the most anticipated moments of the show, God of War Ragnarok. The trailer dropped, and everyone, including myself, lost their ish. I mean, it was up there with like, holy, There's a lot to unpack in that trailer alone. I could literally talk about this for at least more than an hour, but I won't because I'm trying to make this video as short as possible because the show passed and we can look this up all day. But just to say that the graphics look insanely good, if not a little bit better than they looked last time, but I mean, the amount of detail is just insane. Also, by the trailer, we got to see a more variety of enemies, which was something that was a little lacking for me back in God of War 2018. So I'm glad to see that we got a little bit more of that. And man, just everything that the trailer kind of unpacked for us was just insane. Could say much more, but I'm just looking forward to this one. It's definitely looking great. The storyline is going to be insane as well. And I'm so happy that we're getting more of this game later on as it goes by. The overall show wasn't as bomb dropping as I would have expected it to be. But don't get me wrong, it was still really, really good. I mean, out there, Sony has like 25 studios working on games. I did want to see more of those games, but unfortunately, we didn't. But knowing Sony, they're probably going to be dropping trailers and more gameplay and more reveals as time goes by. And maybe as we get closer to the holidays, these games will become more prevalent. So I'm kind of anticipating that. I know I said I was going to show you some honorable mentions, but towards the end of the video, I decided just to stick with this to not keep it as long. I'm sure there was some honorable mentions out there, but truthfully, they're probably more fillers to me than anything else. I'm sure some people like those fillers, so to speak, but to each his own, right? These are the ones that I think deserve my attention. What do you guys think? What were you waiting to see? Was the Sony Showcase as good as you hoped for it to be, or did it let you down? Were you waiting to see something else? Let me know in the comments below. So this is all I got for you guys for now. Hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. It really helps the algorithm. Really appreciate you sticking around for this whole video. We'll see you next time.